And I don't need to.
I love our little intro music.
I do too. I was singing the song with it.
Me too. So good morning, everybody. It's Nancy McNally and Lisa Baker here live.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
The reason, I just gonna say we haven't seen that. So Steve set this up for you and I.
Exactly.
So that was like a little pleasant thing for us.
And it just made my morning. So there.
It was funny when we hit to go live.
Yeah.
You guys don't see it, but me and Nancy sees it. It says playing intro or whatever. And we knew there was going to be an intro play, but we didn't know what. So I can't see Nancy during the intro. I don't know if you can see me, Nancy, during the intro, but I was like, oh, I love it. Diane Clark. Oh my God. That's hilarious. Diane Clark says, good morning, ladies.
All right. So how about if we get started?
How about let's not? Hold on a minute. Nancy's ready to go, guys. But first,
what do you mean? What?
No, I want to say good morning to everybody. And let's give a couple of moments for everybody to kind of pop on.
Okay.
And of course, as you guys know, you've been seeing the advertisement. Nancy's laughing at me. Y'all just don't even know. Typically, we have a long time to prep before we go live, but this morning, yours truly was having all these technical issues. And Bruce was making an appearance on your side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has left. He has left. Actually, he's right there in the floor.
Oh, he hasn't left the building. Okay.
Right. He might jump back up here because I have one of my favorite things for breakfast are the Belvita cracker cookie things.
Yeah.
And my favorite flavor is cinnamon orange. And so I thought I could sneak one down here this morning. And nope, he heard that wrapper and followed me all the way down here. And so I had to give him a little tiny piece. And now he's been sniffing around because he knows it's down here. He can't find it because it's in a drawer tucked away, but he knows.
So Mama is hiding snacks for Brucey the cat. Yes. I love it. Yes. Kind of like Garfield, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm so super excited this morning. For those of you that do not know, I'm excited to announce Miss Nancy McNally of Nancy McNally Quilts. I've been yelled at. I've been saying it, Nancy McNally Designs.
That's somebody else, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know who, but it's somebody else.
She goes, it's quilts, Lisa. It's quilts.
Because that's all I make.
Exactly. So if you're looking at the screen, guys, in the upper right-hand corner, I think you guys can see a little small picture of the Christmas Woodland Christmas quilt. Mm-hmm. Behind Nancy, slide a little over, Nancy. Slide. Yeah. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. Unfortunate we can't get the full view in our life. We need real studios, Nancy. I'm just saying.
I'm with you. Totally agree. Yes. If I could move this table, which I did earlier, to hang the quilt back up, but I have to move lots of things in order to get to the my hanger. My brain, I've lost it. What is it? It's a little wooden shelf with a rod, and I use like the little curtain rings with the little clips on them. So I have to move everything to get it out of the way, so I can get to it and then put the room back together. So yeah, I need something that's always here and never changes. But
there you go. There you go. Well, you have a lovely backdrop. Yeah, you have a lovely backdrop, and that's why we're here. Guys, Nancy is the pattern designer of this beautiful quilt. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Hope you're having a good morning. And I see a shout out to Relyn. Good morning to you, my dear.
Hey, Relyn.
Yeah. So Nancy, I didn't get to talk to you last night. So quick funny story before we jump in about the details of the SewAlong. So no, this is a good story. This is a good story.
Okay.
Especially considering how much you and Steve went through yesterday to make all of this happen for us today. So literally yesterday evening, I had to go, I had one appointment after the shop closed, went and done that. And then spur of the moment decided to stop at one of the local restaurants downtown. And so I walked in, and as soon as I opened the door to walk in, somebody was hollering, "Oh my God, my favorite quilt lady." And that was pretty much before she could get her hellos out. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to do this Christmas sew along." So she had already seen the stuff, and she fell in love with your quilt pattern. Aww. Yeah. And she was like, she goes, "Now I have some fabric that I've had for a couple years. And as soon as I seen this pattern, I thought of my fabric." She goes, "Are you guys selling the pattern, or is it just the kits?" I said, "We're doing both. So you can shop your stash, or you can buy the kit," which we'll talk about later. But I just wanted you to know you already had a quick fan favorite yesterday.
Yay. Well, tell her thank you when you see her.
I will. Well, she's probably going to chime in this morning, I'm sure. So, Nancy, I am going to flip my screen for our PowerPoint. And guys, just so you know, Nancy doesn't know what order I've put these slides in, so she will be winging it. I'm just saying. That's what you do to a friend, is you make them wing it. Diane Quirk's on here. She knows I make her wing it all the time. So 1 second while I flip screens.
Well, I'm going to talk while you flip the screens. How's that? Hi, Bruce. He's trying to get into the drawer to find the crackers. I have to shut it. Get smell the drawer. All right. So first of all, I wanted to say hi personally to everybody. Thank you for joining Lisa and I today for the Woodland Christmas Sew Along. And today we're not sewing. We're just going to talk about the quilt. And yeah, Bruce literally has his hand and he's trying to pull the drawer open to get to the Belvita crackers because he loves them so much. I'm going to have to shoo him away. There we go. All right. Yeah. So, let's talk a few minutes about the sew along. So I love the screen she just put up. It's so pretty. And I got to thank her brother Steve for designing that for us.
Actually, I did this. I'm going to take credit. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. I love it. It's beautiful. All right. So here we go. So let's talk about, and yep, she's got it in a different order than what I was going to talk about.
No, listen, in my defense, everybody always wants to know the deets, right?
Yes.
So this slide is going to come back later, ladies. Don't freak out. And the information is on Nancy's website and my SewEndipitous website. But I did want to put this up first so we could kind of blab about the schedule. And then it is going to go block by block like you want it to.
Okay. So the schedule, as you can see, I have, you can go to my website and you can subscribe to my newsletter to learn about it. And I'm assuming Lisa will be correct. I know she talked about it on her live yesterday, I believe. I saw it. Okay. Yeah. And so you can also visit her shop, which is SewEndipitous. And I believe things will be online with your shop too.
It already is. So
okay. Oh, okay.
Quilts.com and SewEndipitous.com. We got you, girls.
Awesome.
You guys.
All right. So let's look at the dates, because you do want to write these dates down. I'm going to have the dates. I believe I already put it out in my newsletter that I put out earlier, or I sent out earlier this week, but I'm going to have that information also sent out with all the newsletters that I've put out between now and when we do the actual the tutorials. So you do want to write these dates down. Now we're going to come online on July 7th, which is my son number 2's birthday. So we will do that in the morning, same time as we are now. And we'll talk a little bit about that. Not his birthday, but you know, it's a reminder. I have to think how old he'll be, because yeah, I don't want to think about it because that makes me feel really old right now. So, all right. So block number 1 is the Christmas star, and that's the center block of the pattern. And I promise you, as long as you follow along in my steps and you'll have the pattern. The pattern's going to be available as a PDF download. And if you buy the kit, then I'll include it with the kit. And I'm assuming Lisa's going to have both, just like me.
Yeah, I won't be doing the PDF version of the pattern. I'll only be doing print version of the pattern. Right. And then, of course, the kit, they're already up on SewEndipitous.com. And actually, several of you guys jumped on last night and already grabbed those.
Well, some of those.
Yeah. So definitely it's all there. And guys, the schedule is, like Nancy said, on her stuff, and it is already on SewEndipitous.com. Literally on the front page, you can see everything we're talking about this morning.
Very good.
Yes.
All right. So our live tutorials are going to be on Monday mornings. So just remember that it's going to be Monday mornings. The first one is July 14th. Next one is July 21st. Then July 28th, August 4th, and August 11th. We'll bring the whole thing together. Now, I know that you can read the pattern and figure that part out, but we're still going to talk about it. And I have a few tips that I want to discuss when we get to that point.
And plus, we want to hang out together. Let's just be real. We want to hang out together.
Yes.
Nancy, I want to point out, she did say 9 a.m., guys. That is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because I did get that question last night, and all the stuff I gave to Steve, I just put 9 a.m. on it. And I did not put Eastern Standard Time. And I am so sorry about that.
Yeah, and we have some people have messaged me from Australia that are interested, but I don't know their time zone compared to ours, so it'll be up to them. Hey, Jean.
Jean says, Bruce is adorable.
Yes, he is. Wherever he went to, is he behind me? No.
So. Who knows? We've got another shout out also from Brandy. Good morning, Miss Brandy Bowman. Love it.
Morning.
Another message before we get started, Nancy, is from Lisa. She said, could you drop the link for the pattern and the kits in the descriptions? Absolutely. We're going to put them down in the comments. So no quilter left behind. We got you.
Yes. Now the pattern is still in test mode and she's almost done with it.
Yeah.
So be patient with us. It will be on my website. And then of course you can get it from Lisa in person at her store. But if you order the kit,
I've got it on the website too, guys, not just in the shop. And it's already out there as
pre-order it.
Yeah.
I still have to put mine up for pre-order. It was a hot mess this week. I'm just on a side note, what Lisa was talking about earlier. So my website, Google, and YouTube would not talk to each other. And that's the best way to explain it. And it took almost 9 hours to get it to work. And that was 3 hours, 3 hours, and 3 hours over 3 days. And finally, I'm just going to say Steve and I were on the phone and Steve figured it out. I'm like, oh my gosh. I did get help from my host, who is my server, who is GoDaddy. And they did their part on the website and verified things with Google. And the next thing you know, Steve figured out the next step because I was lost. My thing is, I'm a quilter. This website stuff confuses the living daylights out of me. So
we made it. So we got a message, a shout out, good morning from Tom Sick. I'm not sure if that's Tom or his wife, but I'm going to assume it's Tom. So good morning, Tom, and tell your wife,
good morning,
Bonnie, she needs to get back to the Carolinas. You too, but we need Bonnie. We need Bonnie.
Yeah, if you didn't know, I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina, where Lisa is at.
True.
And I miss my hometown. I miss it, but it has grown so much since I left. It's not the same, but that's neither here nor there. So, all right, let's go to your next slide, Lisa.
Okay. And un momento, you know, we're playing the cat and mouse game.
Okay. So, all right, block number 1 is the Christmas star. Now, this is the one you definitely want to follow and listen when we are going through the tutorial. That is, like I said, it's block number 1. The most important thing when we start from the center and work out is that everything measures correctly. And so one of the things I'll stress when we start is let's make sure we got that 1/4 inch seam allowance correct. Make sure your machine's ready. You've got plenty of bobbin. You've got a new needle in your machine because Monday is Maintenance Monday. That means if you've been sewing, you're only supposed to sew 8 hours on a needle. I don't know how many of us really do that, but That's the word.
that is the industry standard by the needle makers. You are correct.
Yeah.
Diane Quirk's comment for your Christmas star blocks is half square triangles. Oh my.
They're easy. They're easy. Just don't let it make it a stumbling block for you. They're easy.
Nancy, we know Diane is a master quilter. So
I know.
She's just trying to give you some hard time because she knows I love to harass you about that. But Tom Six said it is Bonnie. So,
yes.
Bonnie, thanks for joining us from New York. It's so
in New York. What part of New York?
She lives here, but she summers up in New York where family is at. So I give her a hard time every summer. So it's good that she can be here in this way. Miss Patty says, hi, Lisa and Nancy from Northern Vermont.
Hi, Patty.
We're getting in some colder states. I don't know about that, but I'm just...
Bonnie, if you don't know, my daughter lives outside of Syracuse. So we go through Canada to go see her.
Yeah. Miss Mary says, hi, Mary. Love this. Nancy, she is appreciating your designs.
Woo-hoo. Yay. Thank you, Mary. All right. So when we are working on Christmas Star, I will, in my patterns, as you go through, as we go step by step, I tell you if there's what size the block should be as you go through. But I know which half square triangles Diane's referring to because Lisa's already fussed at me for it. And it's the it's the dark half square triangles that are in the V. And those, there's no wiggle room. So that's why before we get deep into this quilt, we are going to make sure that you have a brand new needle in your machine and your 1/4 inch seam allowance, your 1/4 inch is right. So that those few half square triangles will come out the right size. And those are bias half square triangles. And in my pattern, I've highlighted their bias. So before you even cut your fabric, you need to prepare your fabric with spray starch. So Lisa, you've got spray starch at the shop, right?
I'm a starchaholic. Anybody knows me. I don't care if every piece of fabric before I cut is starch to the hilt. So of course, if you are local, I've got starch in the shop. I do not put it on the website because I don't like to ship that liquid, unfortunately. But I'm sure all of you quilters have got some starch, but Nancy is correct. Definitely starch before you're doing this. Now, I do want to add one thing because this was a question I got yesterday. Nancy was mentioning the dates that we're going to be doing, week 1, week 2, and so forth. If you guys are not available on one of those dates, that does not mean that you cannot do these sew-alongs because these videos will forever live up on Nancy McNally Quilts YouTube channel and SewEndipitous YouTube channel. Now, Facebook knocked them off in 30 days, I think is their new standard. But guys, do not freak out because even if you buy the kit now, you buy the pattern now, and it's 1.5 years from now before you actually get to sit down and make it, you can go to one of our channels and still watch these videos that we're going to be doing. So don't freak out about that.
Yeah. And another thing is you can, if you don't want to quote unquote actually sew while we're working through the pattern, you can have your pattern there and take notes so that you're like, oh, I'm not, oh, she was in the finger legs. Okay. Thanks, Bonnie. Bruce is right here. He's having a cracker. He's having a moment here. He's literally right in front of me. Here's his tail.
We're going to ignore Bruce and we're going to move on. Here's the next block. Have at it, Nancy.
Okay, keep the block up there. So my suggestion is have your pattern when you're going through the tutorial to sew along with us and make notes because I can't put all the tips in there as we go through. It's just not, that just makes the pattern too big. I wish Bruce would move.
Yeah, there's going to be exclusive hints and tips and tricks that Nancy's going to be sharing during these videos each week. So you definitely want to watch those. And like I said, you can watch them at your leisure, even if you can't be live. The great thing, guys, if you are live with us, And if you have a question as we go along or as Nancy's explaining something, you can pop it in the comments and you'll get your answer right then and there. If you do a comment after the fact, it may be several hours before we can get to that comment and answer.
Right. Because we have to get the notification too.
That's right.
That you asked a question. Here he goes again. Okay. So block number 2 is the star log cabin. And as you can see, it's an Ohio star block with the log cabin surrounding it. So, and those are framing the Christmas star block, and they're not difficult to make. I promise. I use easy techniques. So I believe
it's my favorite one. So, you know, Nancy,
the star log cabin. Yeah. Yes. I like it. I do. I love it. And I have another type of log cabin block that has, it looks similar to that, but I tweaked it a little bit for this block alone. So that one's 12 by 12. The Christmas star is 18 by 18. I am holding my keyboard up so he doesn't sit on it.
While she's fighting with her cat, let me interject, guys. So for the quilt kit, whether you're purchasing that from Nancy or from SewEndipitous, it has all of your fabric for your quilt top and your binding. These are going to be Lewis and Irene Bumbleberry fabrics. I'm going to say for SewEndipitous, we are doing a tiny tonal, white tone on tone for our background. Nancy, what is going to be in your kit for your white? Is it the Bumbleberry or tiny tonal?
No, they're out of the Bumbleberries for the background. So we're using tiny tonals. Yeah. I just found that out, and I found that out on, what's today? Friday. I found it out Wednesday afternoon. Yes.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Lisa says, hit that thumbs up, please. And thank you. Show the ladies some love. Oh, you are so sweet, Lisa. I love we've got a cheerleader. We're going to have to get you some pom-poms for sure.
Yay.
But anyway, in the kits, it is all Lewis and Irene fabric.
Yes, promise.
It is going to be exactly what you see here. The only difference is on Nancy's quilt hanging behind her and in the pattern, you'll see it's the Bumbleberry background, but it's really going to be a beautiful vine, tiny tonal. Yummy.
And Diane
says, love
they can see tonal. This.
Oh, you've already got it.
No, this isn't a tiny tonal. This is the Bumbleberries, but this is what I've used as the backing.
Okay? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The Bumbleberry fabric is so soft. It's so soft and it's so easy to work with. Okay, next block. Oh, the Christmas tree. It's right in front of my face. So, all right, the Woodland Christmas tree block. This is also a original design by me. It is not difficult. I promise. I promise. I promise. Yes, you do have to make 8 of these. There is nothing different, nothing new in technique or method on how to make this block. So the way I have you make the green parts of the Christmas tree, it's the exact same way you make quilt binding, how you do, I'll say you make like a 7 where you lay the 2 strips across from each other. You draw the diagonal line, you sew on it, use stitch and flip method.
Yeah, I was going to say more of the story is tune in on that week and you'll get all the tips and tricks.
Beyond easy. It was just the math that I had to figure out. So that part was what got me. And then we have our border 9 patch. Now, as you can see, nope, you can't see that on mine because the camera doesn't go up high enough.
The big picture's coming back. You'll see it in the big picture.
Okay. So that part is easy. So that's the final block, and then how to piece the strip set, which is the only thing you really need to learn about. Oh, that's an odd picture.
It had to squish it, but guys, in each of the corners of the border is where that 9 patch is going.
Right. And so sometimes sewing a strip set is not the easiest thing in the world. Sometimes they kind of go a little wonky. We'll talk about ways to prevent that. All right. What's next?
I'm excited.
Bringing it all together.
I'm excited for talking about how to not have a wonky strip set.
That's important. All right.
That's going to be a golden nugget, Nancy. I'm just saying. That's going to be a golden nugget. So guys, let's pop back here real quick. Nancy, I threw this slide in just so we can blab about the supplies list real quick.
So yes, I'm going to, I've got to do the math one more time on one of the blues just to make sure, because my pattern tester said she came up 2 inches shy on one of them, but she thought she might have cut too much of this, like the selvage off, and that might have. So I'm going to go do that math one more time. But basically, this is pretty much it. I do give extra in my supply list just in case you have an oops. I hope you appreciate that, because not everybody's perfect and we mess up when we, cut and that kind of things. So I know I do.
We've got a little extra, but guys, once again, if you're getting the kit, everything will be in the kit except for your backing.
Correct.
And then also, like we said, the patterns and the kits you're pre-ordering those is what you're doing. You will not get those instantly, because Nancy is, doing the fine tuning with her pattern editor and all of that. So once Nancy's confirmed everything, then the little elves will start putting kits together and getting patterns and all of that stuff. So just wanted to give you a quick look. The kits are $114.99. It's not that expensive for a really nice size quilt. I thought that was fabulous for sure.
And it'll be done by Christmas, so you can display it in your house.
It will be. So I threw this slide in. Nancy didn't know, but I already put in there that you will be able to pre-order. The pattern is $12. You can get that either on NancyMcNallyQuilts.com or SewEndipitous.com. You can pre-order the Woodland Christmas Quilt Kit. It includes everything for the top and the binding. That also you can get either on NancyMcNallyQuilt.com or SewEndipitous.com. And like we said, it's $114.99. And then the only thing they got to do, Nancy, to get involved is just to show up and hang out with us, right?
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. That's all you got to do. Hey, Steve.
I know. We'll put these links in the comments, directing you directly to the pattern, directly to the kits. Nancy will also do that on her side of her social media and that stuff. And it'll be in her newsletter, and then of course ours. And yes, good morning, Steve. I haven't even got to see him yet this morning. So with that being said, Nancy, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, give me a few minutes after we end our live, because I will be finishing up adding them to my website. Yeah. Just the pre-order stuff.
Yeah, the pre-order. Yeah. Like I said, Nancy had to have a website nightmare the past couple of days. So as the last slide, as promised, Nancy, I brought back for you the schedule. So guys, we are going to pop on July the 7th. It is just going to be a quick reminder moment. No techniques or anything is on July the 7th. No. It's just to make sure, everybody's good. And if you guys have any last minute questions that you want to throw out to Nancy or myself, we'll be here on the 7th, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till whenever we shut up blabbing.
So there.
I know. Now, the other sessions, I can't remember if Nancy said it. I know she said 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we are going live. Those sessions last an hour. So it's from 9 to 10 that she will be, well, we'll all be together. We'll be sewing along, but we're going to be picking Nancy's brain since she's the mastermind behind this quilt.
Oh, yay. No, it's all good. I promise.
I'm just saying, we got a message from Sandy. She said, I made a stop at SewEndipitous on a road trip from Florida, Kentucky. What a great shop. Oh,
it is. It is.
Thank
you. Number 1. There you go.
We're so, we're so blessed here at SewEndipitous because of community. And that is exactly why we're always roping Nancy into SewEndipitous, because like she said, she's got family here. She was raised here. So though she's in Michigan, we do get her often. And so when she showed me this quilt she was playing around with, oh my gosh, almost 9 months ago, I was like, I love, love, love this quilt. And she goes, you want to do it? We can do it. Let's do it so long. I said, okay, let's. So
it all happened.
It did all happen. It was looking sketch for a minute, whether it
So definitely when we start the lives, I will not be sitting here. This is my office. I will be in my sewing room. So, all right.
Yep.
Whew, I'm excited. but we have a while to get everything prepped, so don't panic.
Yeah.
And remember, the Bumbleberry fabrics are right behind me. So I've got my fabrics ready for kits, and I have more out there in my sewing room. So just to let you know how pretty it is. It's gorgeous. I love the fabric. So yeah, let's do this.
It is going to be so fun. Guys, we appreciate you coming on this morning. Nancy, thank you for sharing your wonderful quilt design Woodland Christmas with us and doing a sew along. We have another message. Let's see what it is before we go. It's from Casey. She says, hello, first live I have called, but this quilt is great.
Thank you.
Welcome. I love knowing where everybody's from. And so even if you watch this on the replay, guys, continue to comment. Me and Nancy wants to know all about you, where you're at. And if you plan on doing the quilt, let us know. Are you doing the pattern and shopping your stash? Are you doing the kit? What are you doing?
That reminds me. Yeah. Once I finish cutting the kits, any of the fabrics that I have left over from the bolt, I will be putting up fat quarter bundles, a couple of those, and having some yardage just in case you like, well, I want to make this quilt a little larger, or I want to change something, or, I'll have a little bit available. So,
I will tell you too.
Hi, Barbara.
I think these Christmas tree blocks, or even that log cabin star, would make a great pillow.
Oh, yes.
I can always get some extra fabric for pillows, or even turn it into a table runner.
Oh, that's a good idea.
See, this is why Nancy has me here, so I can. No, I just think there's so many options. I love taking a pattern and then breaking it down for other projects, and this one has a lot of possibilities for sure. So even if they don't want to make the whole quilt, maybe they still want to sew along and do, like I said, a pillow or a table runner, or
whatever. Exactly. Decorate your house for the season, right?
That's right, guys. That is it this morning. Nancy, you can be found on all of your channels, right? Nancy McNally Quilts.
Yes, that's Facebook, Nancy McNally Quilts. And I also have a private group. It's called So Anyways with Nancy McNally. And everybody shares what they're working on. And hey, Diane, thank you. You're welcome, Diane. Thank you for joining us. And then my YouTube is at Nancy McNally 3779. So, and you can also just Google or do the search Nancy McNally Quilts on YouTube. And I have my cat right here. There we go.
Absolutely.
It's like a pig. Here, have a cookie.
We're going to not have Bruce around for the sew-alongs. I'm just saying, guys, he's going to be locked out. So we appreciate you dealing with the Bruce craziness this morning. And Nancy, thank you as always. It's so fun to hang out with you.
Well, thank you. I love it. I love hanging out with you.
And guys, thank you all for watching us live. And those of you that watch it post-show, we thank you for tuning in there too. Anything we can do to make the sew along better for you, or suggestions, we'll take those too, won't we, Nancy? Because we hope to do others in the future, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, guys.
Bye, everyone. Have a fabulous day.
Bye.